Myself, Ketan M. Patel from Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari, Electrical Engineering Department. Our subject name is Switch Gear and Protection, 4th year, 7th semester. Okay. Today we are going to learn about switch gear and protection. So, syllabus content. First is abnormalities and fault in power system. Second one is fault in power system. Third one is block diagram of protective system. Fourth is type of backup protection in a protective system. And GTU paper questions. First, abnormalities and fault in power systems. When the power system is operating properly, it is called the normal or healthy condition. But the power system does not work always. So, in the normal or healthy condition, it is diverted from its normal condition sometimes. This is called its abnormal condition. In normal operation of power systems, the following are the conditions when the power system is operating in its normal condition without any fault. Like voltage and current are balanced, the three-phase voltage are equal, and the three-phase current are also almost equal. Second one is frequency. Frequency of the supply is equal to the rated frequency. There is very little change in the frequency. Third one is there is no change in the voltage beyond some limit. Fourth is power flow is in the desired direction. And value of current is equal to the rated value or less than it. So this type of points is like a normal operation of power system. In other abnormal condition of power system, here overloading of equipment, unbalanced loading, failure of prime mover in power station, failure of exciter in power station, loose contacts, overvoltage surges. These are the abnormal condition of the power system. When the power system is operating with the conditions as stated above, its operation is said to be a normal operation. But when there is a change in voltage, current, frequency, power factor or temperature beyond some limit, the condition of the power system is called the abnormal condition. First is overloading of equipment. It happens when the load on the equipment exceeds beyond its rated capacity. Due to this current of the equipment increase, more heat is produced and the insulation over the conductor is damaged. This further increase the current and short circuit or ground fault results. The situation can be avoided by either reducing the load on the equipment or isolating the equipment. Second is unbalanced loading. In unbalanced loading, current of all the three phases should be almost equal. The system loses its stability and there is an unbalancing of current beyond some limit. Third one is failure of prime mover in power station. Generator is driven by the prime mover in generating stations. When the prime mover stops running due to some reason, the generator is isolated from the bus bars. So the load on the other generator connected to bus bar increases, which result in decrease in frequency of the system. So finally the result is unstable operation when there is a more drop in the frequency. To overcome this type of problem, either the standby generator is run or the load on the system is reduced. Next is failure of exciter in power station. Exciter means exciter. What is exciter? Exciter is a DC generator. It is used to excite the field winding of the alternator. The generator has to be isolated from the bus bar. When the exciter fails, this increase the load on the other generators. So either the standby generator has to be run or the load has to be reduced to overcome this problem. Next is loose contact. When the connection are loose, the arc is produced on the contacts. Large amount of heat is produced due to this. This increase the voltage drop also. It is essential to check the contacts and joints periodically, which is the part of the routine maintenance. So loose contacts is very important point. Next is overvoltage surges. When the load on generator is reduced suddenly, its speed increases and more EMF is generated, which may damage the insulation of the armature winding. Excitation should be decreased immediately to prevent this. So all points is important in abnormality and fault in power systems. Next, fault in power systems. In power system, the fault current should be in the desired direction and the desired path. Direction of flow of current is diverted from the desired path due to the fault. There are the number of gauges in power systems. First is defect in insulation of the winding of electrical equipment. Insulation is provided over conductors of all the three phases of the winding. So all the three phases are isolated from one another and from the body of the equipment. When the insulation level decreases beyond some limit, it results either in phase-to-phase fault or phase-to-ground fault. It is not necessary that the decrease in insulation level should result in short circuit or ground fault. First is aging. Quality of insulation deteriorates as the time passes. Defect is produced after some years. This process is called aging. Second is voltage surge. Insulation of the winding can be bear normal voltage, but sometimes the insulation gets punctured due to the switching surges or lighting surges, which result in fault. Okay. Second is defect in underground cable. In underground cable also fault can occur due to the aging or voltage surges. Third one is defect in overhead line. Bar conductors are phased over the insulator in case of overhead line. Conductor is grounded and line to ground fault results when the insulator gets punctured or there is a crack on the insulator. Sometimes bird will nest on the cross arm of the pole, and sometimes they bring a piece of metal wire along with the straw, so the conductor gets shorted to ground. The line to ground fault results. Short circuit also results when branches of trees fall on the line. Salt gets deposited over the insulators of the line near the seashore. This results in leakage and the fault occur. So there are many reasons due to some faults. In defect in the bus bars of control panel of the substation, bus bar are provided in the control panels of the substation. So sometimes the control panel and short the bus bars, which results in fault. So fault defect is very important for the power system. Fault is produced in the power system due to breaking of conductor, damage to the insulator, accident, excessive stress, etc. The value for the short circuit current increase to high value as there is a decrease in the impedance. Okay. Next, it's a block diagram of protective system. First is a sensing element. Sensing element is CT and PT, current transformer and potential transformer. It senses the current and voltage. Next is selector. The selector is here. It is summation of transformer. Third one is measuring element. Measuring elements is comparator or like a relay is used. So this amplifier. This amplify signal. And last one is actuator. This is actuator. Finally, operating system. It used circuit breaker. So these are the different elements are used in protective system. First is sensing element, selector, measuring element, amplifier and actuator. The value of current increase and the value of voltage decrease due to the fault or the abnormality. This is sensed by the CT and PT. The summation transformer decides whether the fault is in its own zone or outside its zone. When it is confirmed that the fault is in own zone, the comparator or relay operates and gives the signal. If the signal given by the relay is low magnitude, it is necessary to amplify, and it was done by the amplifier. And finally, circuit breaker is tripped with the help of amplifier signal. This is a block diagram of protective system. In basic functions of protective system, there are two functions. First is primary function and second is secondary function. When fault or abnormal condition is produced in power system, the faulty component should be immediately isolated or should be isolated as quickly as possible from the system, because otherwise the fault spread in the system and more damage occur to the system. So primary function, protective relay detects the fault and faulty component is isolated from the system with the help of the switch gear. Okay. Our subject is switch gear and protection. So this is the primary function of the protective relay. It should be noted that the relay cannot predict the occurrence of the fault. Relay works only after the occurrence of the fault or after the abnormal conditions are developed. However, the Bhuppol's relay is used in transformer gives the warning about the occurrence of fault which may take place in a transformer. Secondary function is the primary function of the protective relay. Some relay also give information about the type of fault and its locations. This is the secondary function of the protective relay. So, types of backup protection in a protective system. First is relay backup, second breaker backup, and third one is remote backup. Relay backup. It is a two separate relay, primary relay and backup relay are provided, which can operate the same circuit breaker. So here it is a primary relay and here it is backup relay. For these two trip coil are provided in the circuit breaker. One trip coil operates by the primary relay, the other trip coil operates the backup relay. This cheap arrangement is only one circuit breaker is used. So here is only one circuit breaker is used. But there is no use of provided backup protection when the fault is developed in the circuit breaker itself. What is a backup protection? Primary protection is provided to primary relay and backup protection is provided to backup relay. Second is breaker backup. In this system, two breakers are provided. Okay, instead of this relay, in breaker backup, there are two circuit breakers are provided. One circuit breaker operates from the primary relay and the second circuit breaker operates from the backup relay. So this system is known as breaker backup. And this system is cost is high. Third one is remote backup. Remote backup can be obtained by the time reading. Here this is a generator and this is some transmission line. This is a fault in A point. This is section A, section B and section C. The operating time of the relay and kept higher is proceed from the feeder to the generating station. Suppose fault occur at here A on feeder of station B, nearer to the station B. Then the circuit breaker at station B should operate within a 0.1 second. 1 second. If due to some reason it cannot operate, the circuit breaker at station C, station C should operate after 0.6 seconds. If this breaker also cannot open, the circuit breaker at the generating station will operate after 1 second. So finally, the faulty section will isolate from the healthy section. So by using this relay backup, breaker backup and remote backup, we are isolate the faulty section to healthy section. Okay. So these are the types of backup protection in the protective system. These are the GT paper questions. First is discuss various abnormalities and fault in switchgear protection. Second is explain the causes of fault in power system. 2019, 7 marks. Do and explain basic function of protective system. Explain types of backup protection in the protective system. So this will help for your exam preparation. Okay. Thank you.